Welcome to Elite Training Academy. I'm your instructor, and today we're covering the concept that decides the size of almost every property claim check in America: actual cash value versus replacement cost. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to run the exact math public adjusters use to check a carrier's numbers on a real hail-damaged roof. Let's get into it.
Here's a fact that surprises almost everyone outside the insurance industry. The same hail-damaged roof, same shingles, same storm, same damage, can produce a $4,000 check under one policy and an $18,000 check under another. Nothing about the damage changed. What changed is the valuation method written into the loss settlement provision of the policy. Coverage answers the question, does the company pay? Valuation answers the question, how much? And if you're going to represent policyholders for a living, valuation is where you earn your keep. Let's start with actual cash value, or ACV. It's the default method for most property losses when there's no replacement cost endorsement. The dominant definition is beautifully simple. ACV equals the cost to replace the item today minus depreciation. Not what you paid for it, not what it's worth on Facebook Marketplace. Replacement cost minus the value the item has lost through age and wear. There are two other definitions you should know exist. Fair market value. What the property would bring in an arm's-length sale, used for things like antiques with no clear replacement market. And the broad evidence rule, where a court considers any relevant evidence of value. But in the field, day-to-day, ACV means replacement cost minus depreciation. So how do you compute depreciation? The standard approach is straight line over expected useful life. The depreciation rate is the item's age divided by its expected life. A 10-year-old composition shingle roof with a 25-year expected life is 40% depreciated. Simple as that. Adjusters carry useful life tables in their heads. Composition shingle roof, 20 to 25 years. And in Texas heat, many carriers use 20. HVAC systems, 15 to 20. Water heaters, 10 to 12. Carpet, about the same. Painted walls, 5 to 7 years, which surprises people, but paint has a lifespan too. These are guides. Carriers publish their own tables, and a good public adjuster pins down which table the carrier used and checks that it was applied consistently. Now let's run a real claim, straight from our course. A policyholder has a 12-year-old composition shingle roof with a 25-year expected life. A hailstorm does damage that costs $19,000 to replace. The deductible is $1,000 flat. Step 1. Depreciation. 12 divided by 25 is 48%. 48% of $19,000 is $9,120. Step 2. ACV. 19,000 minus 9,120 gives us $9,880. Step 3. The first check. ACV minus the deductible, $9,880 minus $1,000, is $8,880. That's what arrives after the initial settlement. And this is the moment every policyholder calls confused. The estimate said $19,000. Where's the rest of my money? The answer is recoverable depreciation, the holdback mechanic. If the policy carries replacement cost coverage, the carrier pays in 2 installments. Check 1 is the ACV payment we just computed. The depreciation, that $9,120, is held back. When the insured actually replaces the roof and submits the invoice, the carrier releases the holdback. Total recovery? Full replacement cost, minus only the deductible. Why the two-step? It prevents profit from a loss. An insured who takes the ACV check and never replaces the roof keeps $8,880, but not the full $19,000. The holdback is the lever. As a public adjuster, explaining this mechanic to your client and making sure the carrier actually releases that holdback is half your job on every roof claim, and knowing it cold is what separates you on exam day too. 4 more methods round out the toolkit. Functional replacement cost replaces with functionally equivalent, not identical materials. Think plaster walls replaced with drywall. Stated value sets a maximum payable amount on the declarations page. Agreed value fixes the value up front by agreement, and importantly, it eliminates the coinsurance requirement. And market value is what the property would fetch in a sale, occasionally relevant, rarely the policy standard. For the Texas Public Adjuster exam, 3 traps to watch. 1. They'll give you purchase price and replacement cost. ACV math uses replacement cost, which is today's cost, not what anyone paid. 2. Subtract depreciation before the deductible and read whether they want the first check or total recovery. 3. Remember which methods bypass coinsurance, agreed value does. ACV and RCV don't. Run the roof example until you can do it in 90 seconds, because some version of it is on your exam.
If this clicked, you're going to like how we teach the whole public adjuster license. Our approved Texas Public Adjuster course is $49.99, lifetime access, full-length practice exams, and an AI tutor on every lesson. There's a free 20-question practice exam linked below, and grab our free Public Adjuster field guide at our website, linked below. And one more thing, every new public adjuster who trains with us gets a free introduction to ClaimZilla, the claims management software built for public adjusters. So you're not just licensed, you're ready to work. See you in the next lesson.